My name is Steve Babiak. I'm the Director of Sales Training and Leadership Development. And after the people go through the class, I let them know, let us know if you know what you like best, what you're utilizing, and how that's helped you on the job. At first, I had to go around and maybe look for those. Now they're coming to me. And what I mean by that are big wins. For instance, we had a Pangea negotiating course recently. And I mean, some of the very compelling wins were, winning a bid for a hospital. Another thing that really came out of it was not having to lower our ASP, our average selling price, standing firm and not giving away too much of the profit, which, as you know, is extremely important. So those are some of the wins from the basic selling, how they were able to get through, certain reps, getting through to difficult to reach physicians. And I don't mean difficult to see, difficult to really connect with. And that's where we're seeing it, building relationships. So far, what we've done with our initial classes is tracked, how the person feels about the class, what they've taken away, how they've used it, and we can quantify some significant gains, some significant wins from the Pangea training. As a matter of fact, this morning at the heart valve breakout, they put a plug in for the sales training development, which is my department, and asked someone who went through a course about a year ago to stand up and share her experience. And her experience was, it changed the way I do business. That was a good rep, a long-time good rep who's just increased their proficiency and their results through Pangea. We don't hire, in our type of sales, in our level of sales, we don't hire people right out of college. Therefore, they don't want to sit in a lecture room. They don't want to watch PowerPoints, and quite frankly, salespeople, they don't want to sit. The way it's done, the way they arrange the room, the way they use the interactive flip charts and group studies and group type activities within the class makes it fun. And believe me, 2 days goes by really quick. If we hold a 2-day course on a Monday, Tuesday, well, all of a sudden they've left the Midwest to fly to the West Coast, probably on a Sunday, left their families, they're wondering what they're getting into, they already feel that they're a good, effective salesperson, and you get the body language. Day one, it's right after coffee in the morning, waiting for the presenters to come on, it's body language is like this. Well, all of a sudden, once they start, all of a sudden the body language starts to loosen up a little bit, and by the first coffee break, the instructor, whether it's Jim or Doug, are usually swarmed with Doug, 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 Jim, 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 Jim. What about? So it's that compelling. The model that I designed for this department with someone I work with, Chris Berries, was performance-driven. We're driving this to be a performance-driven culture. Therefore, when we looked at what that looks, or put together what that looks like, what we need, Pangea was vital. If I could summarize Jim Griffin and Doug Loff, I'd have to say, I could do it in one word: credibility. They've lived it, they've taught it, and they've seen results. Another thing is that they do an extremely good job of connecting with our audience, and we're salespeople. Okay, a lot of times, I guess maybe some courses have instructors that maybe weren't salespeople or don't have a high level of sales success behind them. These guys lived it, and they connect, and they speak our language. When people leave, they want to know what the next follow-up course is, because they realize that what they learned in 2 days, they're going to go out and use and want to build on.